Good afternoon, everyone. Today I will present the topic Factors Influencing Information Disclosures Permission in Mobile Application. Evidence from Vietnamese Youth. The authors are Ngoc-Hong and Ngoc-Hong, School of International Business and Marketing, University of Economics, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. So at first, like for the abstract of this paper, so this is like the rapid of mobile application has intensified concerns about personal data access and privacy, particularly among young users. This study investigates the factors influencing information disclosures, permission, intention among Vietnamese youth when using mobile apps. The methods is using the mixed methods, online surveys of 406 respondents and follow-up interviews, data analyzed using SPSS and AMOS. The key findings is perceived risk control, privacy policy effectiveness, prior negative experience, and access scope concerns significantly influence privacy concern. Privacy concerns shape permission, acceptance, intention, and technology knowledge show no significant effect. Introduction: the mobile privacy challenge. Smartphones are now gateway to shopping, banking, healthcare, and social networking. Mobile apps routinely request access to location, contact, cameras, microphones, and financial data, often beyond what users fully understand. In Vietnam, one of Southeast Asia's fastest growing digital economies, young consumers aged 18 to 35 are deeply embedded in digital environment, yet privacy awareness and regulatory frameworks are still developing. High-profile data breaches have heightened public concerns about personal information misuse. Why this study matters? Emerging market gap. Most empirical evidence comes from developed countries. Vietnam's unique context, rapid tech adoption with evolving privacy regulation is underexplored. Experiential factors overlooked. Prior study focused on cognitive factors. User prior negative experience have not been sufficiently examined in the Vietnamese context. Practical step. If developers fail to address user concern, they risk losing consumer trust. Transparent data practice can foster sustainable digital relationships. Theoretical foundation. This study rolls onto complementary theoretical framework to explain how Vietnamese youth form privacy concerns and make permission decisions in mobile environment. The communication privacy management (CPM). Patronios privacy is about control. Individuals own their information and regulate its disclosure through privacy boundary. APCO frameworks with its antecedents, privacy concerns, and outcomes, a structured model linking individuals and contact factors to behavioral intention. Communication privacy management theories. So CBM posits that individuals believe they own their personal information and have the right to regulate its disclosure. While users grant permission, they expand their privacy power to include developers and third parties. Boundary ownership. User treats personal data as private property, governed by personal privacy rules shaped by culture, motivation, and perceived risk. Co-owners transition. One disclosed app developer become co-owners, bearing shared responsibility for data protection. And boundaries turbulence. When expectations are violated, data shared beyond agreed limits, privacy concerns intensify, and future disclosure willingness crop. The APCO frameworks, the antecedents, privacy concerns, outcome model provides a structural approach to understand how privacy-related factors interact with in digital environment, have like antecedents, privacy concerns, and outcome. In mobile app context, user evaluate permission reward through this cognitive chain. Antecedents, a variable shape privacy concern intensity, which in turn drive behavioral intentions such as granting or denying data access. 7 key constraints. This study examines 7 interrelated construct that collectively explain how mobile users form privacy judgment and make permission decisions. Key construct define privacy policy effectiveness. User perception that in-app data protection practices are adequate, transparent, and reliable. Clear policy reduce uncertainty and privacy concern. Privacy control. Believe in one's ability to regulate personal data, what is disclosed to whom and for what purpose. Strong control reduce vulnerable feelings. Technical knowledge. Understanding of digital technology, data flows, and privacy tools may mitigate or amplify concerns depending on awareness of vulnerable privacy risks, perceived probability and severity of personal information misuse or unauthorized disclosure. Key construct define continue. So prior negative experience, exposure to spam, phishing or data breach create connective association between disclosure and harm, reinforcing skepticism toward new app. App permission concern, apprehension about the scope, necessity, and transparency of permission requests, excessive or unrelated request risk, legitimacy question, and privacy concerns. The overarching psychological worry about data collection, use, and protection, encompassing notification, control, and security dimensions. Research hypotheses. We have hypotheses were proposed based on privacy theories and prior literatures on information disclosure behavior. Research models. So here is like the research models of this study. Methodology. So for the research design, mixed method approach combining a qualitative exploration, interview, and quantitative validation structural equation model. Sample is the Vietnamese youth age 18 to 35, non-profit probability judgment sampling by age and education. First valid response collected via Google Form. Measures like nominal scale for demographics, 5-point collected scale for seek construct, scale adaptive form established international study. Analysis tools which is like APS 20, AMOS 20, and bootstrapping. Sample profiles. So 93.3 of respondents have a university degree, 60.3 use Android, 36.9 use iOS, 81.3 reported monthly income below 5 million VNDs, consist with a predominant student and early career sample. Reliability and validity. So also construct is said this the recommend combat alpha threshold and composite reliability about 0.8, confirming robust internal consistency. Disagreements validities. Earn values fall below the recommended threshold of 0.85, confirming that each contrast captures a distinct conception dominance with no substantial overlap. Structural model results. So all 5 hypotheses and part coefficient were estimated via bootstrapping with 5,000 resamples, and all of them are supported. The key finding, strongest predictor is permission concerns, positive impact the privacy concern, the behavioral impact privacy concerns is impact the intention to accept permission. So conclusion and implication for the theoretical contribution, integrate connectivity and perceptual determinants in a unified structural framework, extend APCO-based research to an emerging market context, reinforce CBM explanatory power for boundary management in mobile setting. Managerial implication, reduce unnecessary permission requests and clearly explain data collection purpose, enhance user control through customized privacy setting and transparent consent, improve clarity and acceptability of privacy policy to build trust and reduce perceived risk. Limitation and future research. Sampling limitation. Non-probability sampling restricted to young Vietnamese users may limit generability to other demographic or region. Cross-sectional design. Self-reported data is subject to common methods bias and does not support strong cultural inference. Longitudes or experimental design are recommended. Application scope. The study does not differentiate between archetypes. Future research should examine moderating variables such as gender, digital literacy, and app category across broader population. So here are the selected reference of our papers, and thank you for your listening.